Hello and welcome to the JR's Gaming Podcast, where we talk about the rise of Nintendo and what this great gaming franchise has in store for us in the future of gaming and, of course, the country from which it was born, Japan. I am your host, Judah Terry, I remember to say it this time, and today I'm joined by Nintendo music producer, a fellow content creator and podcast member, Eli Turp. Who's this guy? What's going on? This is... Who are you? Like... Who's sitting in the studio? Everyone's going to be so confused watching on video, because for those of you on audio right now, I suggest you go to our YouTube channel and check this out, because Eli Turp is live. His face. I can see his face.
My face. I'm here. In the flesh. I exist.
In the flesh. He actually exists. He's not a bot. There was a conspiracy theory that people thought that you were like another alternate me, some AI, yeah. But he's not. This is proof, guys. He's real. He's actually real. And Eli, how are you doing? But first of all, how does it feel to be in the flesh on a content video, whatever it is? How do you feel?
Strange. Feels strange. I've never done this before, so first time being on camera in a video.
Yes.
So please. Don't mind me. Obviously, this isn't the best quality, but it's what it is. We'll take it. But yeah, it feels strange.
It does. First time, it always
exciting.
Does. Yeah.
I did say previously. I think it was in the podcast. I said it. When I eventually do show my face, I said it'll just be in a random video, no announcement or nothing.
Yeah.
And here we are. No announcement.
Here we are.
No face reveal and title. It's just me.
Exactly. Literally, when I revealed my face, mate, it was like billboard plastering.
You made a whole video on it and everything.
Yeah, a whole entire video. I made a separate video just for this podcast channel and had like my face all pixeled out, and it's like, who is this?
My mum saw your video, by the way.
Oh no.
She was looking at the podcast randomly, like for the first time ever.
Oh wow.
And rather than listen to any of the episodes, she watched the one where you revealed your face.
Right.
And she was like, why is it a big deal if he's showing his face? And I'm like, it's fine.
It's big. I'm the host of this whole entire thing, I've got to make a big thing, and it didn't do that well, actually, to be fair. It was like 40 views, so no one cared. So you don't need to worry, Eli.
That's your subs, though. Sorry.
That's my subs, but thank you very much for the subs. Shout out to the subs. But yeah, this is so interesting, because you were talking about that you want to do it quite subtly, and this is subtle, like in this title. This has been a surprise for if you're watching this as a surprise for you, because this is not been announced. We're not going to announce it. It's just going to be a normal episode, and it's a treat for you guys watching. But yeah, it's funny how far we've come, man. Like, it's the first time I'm doing this podcast actually like a proper podcast. Like, I've always been alone. No one has been on video with me. Roan, he's not shown his face yet because he's still sorting his stuff out. He's not got a webcam yet. So my co-host is still going to be that anime figure. No one knows what he looks like, but podcast member, you've helped. You've joined the team of Flesh.
Yeah, I'm here. You're the first guy to, like you said, to join you on video.
Yes, so, indeed. But for those of you wondering though why Rowan isn't here, he's unwell. Bless him. He was like messaging me like, "Bro, I'm dying in my bed. I can't breathe through my nose." I was like, "Oh, that's terrible." He's like, "So you have to record and do what you want." So I was like, Eli, hit you up. It's the usual tradition. If Rowan can't do it, Eli comes on, and it's funny. It's still good. You're still joining me. But anyway, how have you been since you've last come on, Eli? How's everything been going?
Don't know how long it's been since, but yeah, a lot's happened in private life. A lot's happened, but things are picking back up now. Yeah, back in good health. Good. Even just today, had a lovely workout, drinking protein shakes of a vitamin drink, which is disgusting, but it's I told you before we started recording. I said it's really good. I take it back. It has like an aftertaste of iron, which tastes like blood. Oh, so I feel like I'm just drinking blood.
He knows what blood tastes like.
Of course, you know what blood tastes like.
Actually, there's also the theory that you actually kill people, which is true, actually. But,
it is true.
It is true. He's a serial killer, so of course he knows this. It tastes like blood. Blood has got a tone of dislike to it. I don't like it. But here's the thing. Eli, this is the first time talking about this ever on the podcast with you. You've spoken about it off camera. I have to drink water. I have to. I have been defeated by this stupid...
Good, finally,
The water gang is taking over. Because the thing is, it's always been a running joke, Jude doesn't drink water, but it is actually true. I don't drink water at all. Like, I actually don't like it. It's disgusting. Yeah, and look at him drinking his water. Like, even now, like, I'll be honest, I'm guilty as charged. I've not got water on me right now. I've never drunk water ever, like, I hardly drink it unless it's a really hot day and I need to go on a walk and I've got water. That's it. That's the only time I drink it if I'm dying, basically. So here's the thing.
And now you're dying.
And now I'm dying. Yeah. So in short, I woke up a few days ago actually with some serious pain in my abdominal area, and I was like, oh, that's not good. That isn't good. And yeah, I thought it was wind or something. I was like, it's not going to do anything, it's fine. Then like I went to the toilet later, serious pain again. Every time I went to the toilet, pain, and it would not go away for like 3 days. I spoke to a friend about it. I searched it up, and they were like, you could be possibly going towards a urine infection if you keep on drinking no water. It's probably urine. I went to the doctor. He said, drink water, mate. I'm like, no, I've been defeated. I actually need to game over. Like, I can't keep this up. I actually need to drink water. So for the first time in years, I had a glass of water, and it was disgusting.
Which still baffles me. And yeah, we had a phone call as well when I was in the I was waiting outside. And I had a phone call, and then you were telling me this, and I was telling you, just get bottled water. There are many options. You can have bottled water. We talked about like Air Up before.
Air Up,
or vitamin water. It's all good for you. And it's, in your opinion, it's better than tap water. So
yeah, I mean, I that's the one water I will drink is bottled water. Even then, I don't like it, but it's better. Because, like, where I live, the water is disgusting. I mean, you're from London, mate. Like, I don't live in London, but you do, and I can't believe you drink that tap water. Like, how do you not drop down dead?
I drink tap water everywhere I go. It's just...
Yeah.
Water is good for you. I always have water on me, always.
You may say it's healthy, but the way, Eli, it's the way you are. That's because you drink London water. You're a serial killer. You're crazy. No. It's because you drink London water, you see. I'm still senseless. I've still got sense. I don't kill people.
It's actually... Yeah. Here's a secret.
Yeah.
How to get a deep voice?
Yeah.
Drink water. Simple.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're not born with it. You don't just get it. You have to drink lots of water.
Yes. You're a biblical water drinker, and I do need to. All jokes aside, I actually do need to like remind myself, have a glass of water a day at least. And like to be fair, I've got my health report recently, and I've not been doing at all well in the body, and I think I stopped being fit. There was a time where I stopped being like working out, and like when I got into that routine of just not working out and not eating healthily, it just the time of being unhealthy just lengthened. Before I know it, it's been like 2-3 years of me being unhealthy, and it's like I'm not in the best shape. So I'm like, only just recently, it's the new year, maybe I need to actually start getting back into things like pick up gym, jogging.
We can set you a challenge. I told you before and you didn't do it.
Oh no!
But I said. Yeah. For motivational things, to get in the habit of actually working out each day, just do like 5 press-ups.
Yes.
That's nothing. You just do 5 press-ups. Just for the mental, just to get in the routine and in the cycle of doing some exercise each day. And then once you've done that for a while, and it's just easy to just do it, you don't have to be like, I don't want to do it. That's when you go, okay. Then you write yourself a routine, or you look one up online. Yeah. And then you start doing that each day. Yeah. That's how I would say to go about it.
Start bit by bit, and I did do that when I was more in a fitter shape. I was doing press ups every day, like 5. Like I had this phase where I was like, I'm gonna become Dwayne Rock Johnson. Like I'm gonna get a massive body. I know it was a lie, but it didn't work.
He uses. He uses
steroids. Yeah. I'm never gonna be like that. I wanted to be like a good guy, like because I remember I was in a relationship and my girlfriend was like, "You look twatty." I was like, "Oh," so I was like, "I need to actually try." So I do think I need to really try.
Cherish your arms. Go on.
It's better than I'm getting there. All right. There we go. Like, it's there. It's not. I'm not. When I first saw you in London, I was skinnier, I think. Because I've done more since I last saw you, so I'm getting there. And then, by the way, mark my words, this time next year we'll check in. I'll be like, my arms will be massive, mate. Like they'll be up to here. I drink water. That's why.
You can. It's because I drink water. I don't even work out, guys. I just drink water.
You just drink. That's you don't even need to be fit. Just drink water. Like I
just sit down all day and drink water, and then everything comes to me. It's that easy. It's
fair, and I know it's healthy. It's just, I need to definitely start drinking water. But anyway, Eli, big stuff this week happened to me. I finally got possibly one of the powerfulest PCs in the world, like ever. Like I generally do have one of the biggest power. It's there. You can see the corner of it. I don't even want to show too much of it because I don't want to get robbed. Like, it genuinely.
You could do a little sneak peek. You know.
Sneak peek. It's quite a massive, big, huge thing. It's not turned on right now, so it's not.
The lights are very pretty when they are on.
Oh man, it's amazing. I'll show you guys once it's all turned on. But this was not cheap, and I actually got it at a very good deal. I'm not going to mention how much I paid for it, but it was a very
it's a steal.
Yeah, you know the price.
When you told me, I was like, okay, you only told me the graphics card. I was like, that's really a top-notch graphics card, but like the rest of the PC, surely it can't be that good. Yeah. Then you gave me the specs, and I was like, bro, that is like you paid like a quarter of the price of
a
supercomputer. Basically,
it's basically this computer. I kid you not, is better than Ludwig, who's the biggest streamer. He's got I've got a better graphics card and a CPU than him. It's like
it's such a good. I'm so like. Yeah. Not like envious in a bad way, but like I want one. It's so good.
You do realise I'm probably if you don't hear from me for a couple of weeks, because Eli just murdered me and just taken the PC, and then he just comes onto the podcast. Hello, I'm back, and
I'm Judah.
Really, you'll make some conspiracy theory that I actually was you, and it'll be the other way around. But you just wanted the PC. Now here's the thing, right? It was it's a really good friend of mine, and I honestly, if he probably is watching this, maybe. Thank you so much. Like, honestly, I kept on saying thank you probably a million times to him, because he got this for like a lot of money, and he just didn't want it, and he was too powerful. He was like, I'll sell it. But then he saw how passionate I was about streaming and stuff. He was like, I'll do this. And at the time, I didn't realise what I was getting. I was like, that's fine. That's a lot of money. But then I actually checked out with you, checked out with some friends, checked out with family how much it was. I was like, what? Like, that's actually I've actually got a steal. Like, you probably won't get this deal anywhere ever. Very rarely.
Full stop. You will not get that.
Yeah.
Unless you are friends with someone in the same situation, you are not getting that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a very rare situation, and it is all authentic. I've already downloaded all the stuff I need. I went on it last night, connected it to a TV, and bro, it's just too powerful, man. I hate to brag, but
you're telling me about the load speed. It's so quick.
Yeah. You know how usually if you press like say Steam on a regular laptop, it would take like a couple of like minutes to start up. It's just bam. Like genuinely, like I downloaded a Warzone, which is 317 gigabytes, which is massive, and it downloaded it in 5 minutes. I'm not even joking. 5 minutes for that. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I genuinely feel like just bliss just going on this PC.
Like the multitasking power as well. So you'll be able to have Discord, have OBS, have a game, have
everything open. Yeah. And it's also never goes 10% over the processor. So even though it's so powerful, it never puts too much on the processor. So it's
too powerful for its own good, honestly.
Exactly, it's just for coding. Like,
I was going to say, unless you're coding or creating a game or creating 3D models, you're not going to need that much power ever.
Exactly. Here's the thing: it came at the right time. Like, it's this year. I was like, I'd never even dream of getting this sort of PC. Like, it's just too much. And then the offer came along. It's just it seems to be working out nicely, because this year I really hope to turn things up a notch with my own YouTube channel. And so same for you. But since you're on video, would you like to talk about your plans for your channel? I was going to say, are you going to talk about that yet?
Do I have plans? I don't know. I have ideas in the sense that there are videos I want to make about music, where I have webcam and I just talk things through. And I've done a video like that a year ago, and I did a podcast episode, my solo episode, which had a segment which was similar to it. I think I really enjoy doing that, listening to music on a video, and then discussing it and giving some insight and just kind of showing appreciation for some less appreciated music, and having then viewers comment on that and say, "Oh, this is good. I like this." Well, it's like I like that. I like that a lot more than just remastering music. Yeah,
so you want to do more commentative.
I kind of want to steer my channel into a different direction where I'm more talking about music. I'll still obviously make music and do other things.
Exactly,
but I want to do more interesting videos like that. It takes a lot more effort, a lot more editing. They're like an hour long. But it's good. I enjoy it, and so long as other people enjoy it as well, then it's all good.
Yeah,
so that's what I want to do.
So More gaming videos, maybe a bit of Brawlhalla, you know. And the good thing is, though, because you're now hoping to eventually do your face on your channel, we can do like streams, like because I'm a streamer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till you, of course, revealed things officially, and then it'll be really good for you guys. Anyone who watches this podcast right now would know. Some people would know I'm a streamer, and it'd be great to have you on, like me and you playing Xenoblade. That's gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
Because if you like, cool to see your like actual facial reaction at like the story in Xenoblade, which is going to be very interesting. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's because I have some. Yeah. I have, as you know, I was busy for a few weeks. I wanted to have that video recorded mid-January and then out by the end of January. But unfortunately, a lot happened. I've been busy for 2 months now. So, unfortunately, things happen, and I do still have plans for next week as well. So probably will be late February, early March.
It's one thing.
Early March. Hopefully, people can wait for that, and hopefully, things all go well, and then I can just get back into the flow of YouTube and all that stuff.
I think it's quite easy. I think as a viewer. But like even myself, like viewers watching YouTubers, a lot of people tend to, not everyone, but I think I've seen it definitely in viewership or a community of people that watch a YouTuber. People tend to like separate personal life and personal issues from the YouTuber. They just see it as someone they can watch whenever they want and they enjoy it. And so when that YouTuber or something takes a break, some of them get annoyed. They're like, "Oh, what happened to you?" But it's like it genuinely is like. Personal life literally is the biggest impactor of most YouTubers and like streamers. I've had it myself. So if something happens in the personal life, it does affect everything to do with, if you're producing a podcast episode, whatever, YouTube videos. And like, as I'm taking a break, I was about to say, I'm taking a break, like a month break. And that's not because anything bad's going on in my personal life or anything. It's just because I'm getting this PC sorted out. And like I've had like a couple of viewers like message me and be like, "Where have you gone? Like why are you not streaming? Like I miss you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but it's like there's certain things that need to happen." But
I think they need to realise as well, us as the creators, we miss it too. We miss making the content just as much as you miss watching it.
Yeah.
So it's not just like we're being lazy or we're being like, "Oh, I'm not going to do this now. I'm going to do it." Like we want to make content. We want to do things with our communities. But sometimes we just can't. And we need to kind of understand that and realise that we are also wanting to do it, but we can't.
But we can't, it's very important. Like, I just hope people can understand that, particularly for whenever, because like when you're gone, like, and you're not, because YouTube is like a platform where you can't DM people. You can put little updates out, but most of the time people have their private lives. If something happens in their private life, something's going on busy, it could be anything, and they're just gone for a period of time. Some people can judge that and be like, "Oh, they're lazy, they're not putting anything." But genuinely, like, just like they don't realise they have their own personal life themselves. As a content creator, you kind of have two lives. You have one online and then one offline, and they have to understand that particularly. But it's like it's trying to get them to understand. But most people are very nice and very understandable. But it genuinely is quite like hard, I guess, sometimes for when you have to take a break for whatever reason. People sometimes don't understand that, but most of the time they do. Hopefully,
I think most of the viewers do kind of go, "Oh, okay, he's not going to be here, but that's fine, whatever." But there are just a few who are a bit like, "Oh, why haven't you come back here? Why isn't this?" And it's like, just have some patience, please.
As a streamer, I've definitely noticed that. Like, because I would say, like, it's funny. I was going to talk about this. Like, I wanted to do YouTube like as a YouTuber, and that was my idea, and I'm going to do a lot of YouTube videos, but I'm more or less a streamer. Because like, if you go on my channel, go on the live, it's just streams, and I stream all the time. So it's like a lot of people know me through my streams, not my videos. So when I stop streaming, like I've even had it like where I've taken a week off alone, and then there's certain viewers that just like, "Where have you been?" It's like, I took a week off. But it's like, it's just trying to get people to understand that. But it happens, and it's like, it's very important to people to realise that, I think. But anyway, I was going to say another thing. My movie is resuming. Finally, it's been about a 3-month break from my movie, which is because I'm acting in a movie. For those of you who don't know, and it's just been like radio silence for the past 3 months. Can't say too much because agency, and it's just like finally we're resuming it in March, which is going to be again, that probably will. That's personal life again. It's going to impact streams.
You're going to be a bit busy. Yeah.
Yeah, because March is when I want to resume streams, but at the same time, that directors like me to film, and that's all at night. So I'm probably gonna. There are gonna be a few streams in March, not as much as usual, but there'll be quality. That's the thing. There'll be quality streams. So
quality over quantity. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, the last stream I had was just buggy as hell. It ended, and I didn't even know it ended because the chat just stopped. My moderators messaged me because I was on I always have do not disturb on my phone, which is really annoying. So my moderators, if they message me about anything important, I don't get that message at all. And my latest stream, it actually ended for like half an hour, but I was still streaming. Like, it still showed everything as streaming. So I was just like, oh, the chat died. It's just like you could see, like, I was watching, because then they still put the VOD out, but it was really weird. Like, it glitched and then it went back in. You saw the VOD of where it wasn't shown on live, and you just saw my sorry face and look at the chat and be like, because there's just no one there.
Yeah.
And it was like, the reason why was because the live actually ended, and then it carried on. Then like 2 viewers came back, so it was like, I just made an oath to never do it on this laptop ever again until my PC sorted, because it's just dying, mate, and I'm not doing that. So quality streams coming up soon. But yeah, that's it for my week. Anything else you want to say about updates on your week before we move on to the news?
Not particularly, no. I'm just busy in my personal life, but that's the same as always.
The same as always.
I did turn 20 a couple of weeks ago. Last week.
Yeah.
So,
big stuff. How does it feel to be 20?
No different than 19, but everyone calls me old, so that's great.
That's what I mean. Like, you wouldn't really feel it until you turn 21, right? You're like, oh,
I mean, for me, I've always felt older anyway. Like, just since I was maybe 17, 18.
Yeah.
I've just felt much older.
You've just felt older,
I talk to other 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, or even younger, and they're just so different than me, and I just can't really connect with a lot of them, because I think...
You think older?
Maybe just because I've experienced more in life than them.
Yeah.
I feel there's not a lot I can relate to them on, and they'll just talk about random stuff, and I'm like, this conversation is meaningless. Like,
you just feel like the wise
in everything I do. So
I love how you say you feel older, like that character, and again, it's like, I have a side quest for you. Like, I know everything like that you don't.
Not like that.
I just imagine like Eli just looking out his window with his hands in his pockets, being like, these stupid 18-year-olds, they know nothing. Because I feel a lot older.
For real though, so many teenagers these days just don't know anything.
No, I can actually relate to that, because there's many times where you've been like, Jude, what, you stupid guy, like, this is bad, like, you've helped me out. I actually appreciate that, having someone who's more mature.
I'm not that, by the way, I'm not that harsh. I don't actually say it like that.
Yeah, I was joking. It just adds to the conspiracy theory that Elon murders people, isn't it? But he's a very wise guy, and he's very good. He's a very good friend, because he's wise. He's just very wise. I've always been a very charismatic lad. That's like I just rush into so many things, and it happens a lot. But so
you need that kind of reserved, logical person to tell you
exactly.
Hold on, think this through.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We
had a long chat the other day.
We did,
things.
The good thing about like the off-camera relationship of me and Eli is very, very good, because it's like measured. Like, because I'm just very charismatic, and you're the logical guy that sits back, and gives people side quests. But no, it's like it's just like it's very good balance, because like I'm like I can like encourage you with my charisma, and then you just help me like make more wiser decisions. It's always good to have. That's I think a lot of people like good friends get on if they're similar. True. But they just rush, like, they'll be the same. If two friends are opposite in certain ways, the friendship actually works a lot, in my opinion.
We can build each other up.
Exactly, in certain ways. So it's very good. It's very good. So very good online, off-camera relationship with Eli. But I like that, how you said you feel older than you actually are. It's just like, I know life.
No, it's not even like that. It's just often, I know I'm not... obviously everyone can be immature. Like, I'm an immature person sometimes. Yeah. But a lot of people tell me, you're very mature for your age, or you're this, you're that.
It's a good thing.
And so it's kind of just sunk in, I guess, in the last year, where I'm like, I guess I am. And it's kind of boring. And now my younger friends call me basic, and they call me like an ancient relic. Because I like
an ancient relic.
Because I don't know what I have to explain it. They call me too traditional and things like that, and it's like,
it's good to be wise, but I'm just level-headed.
I am me. All I know is I am me.
Yeah,
and
we all love Eli.
That's it. You either like me or you don't like me.
Exactly. That's it. Yeah. That's how it is. I just
overthink it. Yeah.
I love how you feel like this at 20. So when you're 30, you'll have like the Gandalf beard, and you'll be like,
no, when I'm 30, I will just be
like super wise. You'll be like level 100 wise. Like his XP is too much for himself. But yeah, that's just a good point there. But anyway, Eli, it's time to move on to the Nintendo news of the week. We've got some very interesting news stories this week. Didn't have Roan this week because he's ill, so I had to choose the news for once, which is very interesting because like I'd always choose the news, but now Roan always chooses the news. So I've had to revisit Nintendo news and see what's going on in what is going on. But anyway, story number one. It is analyst. Nintendo is likely looking at a pretty dry pipeline this year after reports of Switch 2 Q1 2025 delay. So another update, a fairly big update on the Switch 2. I know we talk a lot about the Switch 2, but it's been delayed. And there's a lot of people talking about this. It's actually been delayed. It's no longer coming out this year by the looks of things. But anyway, let's see what it says. Bloomberg is also reporting that it is heard from its sources that Nintendo has delayed the launch of the Switch 2 system until Q1 2025 to enable it to have a solid lineup of games. The news publication has also chatted with Tokyo-based analyst Serkan Toto, that's an amazing name, who believes that the move will be a blow to Nintendo, which he says is looking at a pretty dry pipeline this year. This is because Nintendo is creating its big titles for the successor to the Nintendo Switch system. Nintendo is likely looking at a pretty dry pipeline this year. Toto said the company will still try to keep the blockbusters for the next console, so 2024 might see some remakes of old Nintendo hits. In any case, 2024 will be a lot tougher for Nintendo without a new device. So very interesting things going on. So Nintendo Switch 2 not coming out this year. It's bad. It's not. And people
Roan jinxed it, I think, at some point, because he said, it's probably going to get delayed.
He did, he jinxed it.
It's been delayed, delayed,
Roan has told the future. This is quite an interesting one, really, because it's saying that Nintendo are now, it's going to be a dry pipeline because they're saying Nintendo are probably not going to release any more Nintendo Switch games, by the looks of things.
Yeah, I can understand that, like, if you're making a new console, like, within the next 10 months, really, and then why would you make a new game for an old console? This year probably will be dry for games. It'll probably be like indie games and then
Nintendo 3DS remasters, as they've been doing. Because they've been bringing a lot of 3DS or actually DS games to the Switch now.
Which I think is probably what they're going to be doing the whole year then. Because really, no big company is going to make a game for a console that's immediately about to be outdated.
Exactly.
There'll be no point to doing it. So.
I do think it's very interesting that it's actually given a bit of insight here that Switch games are going to be different, which I think some of you be like, oh, it's obvious they're going to be different for a new console. But does that mean that you can't transfer old Switch games to the new Switch, which is kind of a question everyone's been having, like, or is that going to just be like the 3DS, an entire new era? Well, I want to know your thoughts. Do you think it'd be best to have an entire new era of Switch and new games, or they actually can be transported over to the new Switch?
I think both have their benefits, but obviously backwards compatibility really should be there. You should be able to play Switch games on the new Nintendo Switch, whatever it's called, Switch 2.
Yeah.
You should be able to carry those games over. Because it would be unfair if you had to rebuy them all, only for a slight hardware change.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
It wouldn't. Like, a lot of people would be upset about that.
Oh, yeah.
But knowing Nintendo, it's actually a big possibility that they might do it.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Does they
they might actually just say, oh well, new games are new games, and then just that's it. But hopefully they don't. Hopefully
they don't, because Nintendo have actually never done this before, I think, because 3DS has had the 3DS before the Switch. The new 3DS, they made like 5 games for, no, even less than that. They made nothing for that, and that was, but you could still play 3DS games onto that. So that was and DS games. So it was a very smart idea. But if they're dropping that completely with the Switch, it'd be the first time they're doing this. But they're still saying there's 2 options they could do with this. Completely end the era of the Switch and start again with. Now here's the thing. Here's why I disagree with this, because the leaks we have got already is that this console is looking like a Switch console. So it's like if it's going to be similar to the Switch, it's like, and it's even worse. They're saying that it might not switch at all. It's just going to be like an inbuilt Switch, which is basically a light, which is rubbish. No one likes lights. Let's be honest. Yeah. But but what I'm trying to say, get is the games that you're trying to transfer. If you can't transfer games to a similar Switch console, but you can still get the same games, that's going to be a really bad marketing. It's just going to die. But if it's completely stopped at an era and they make new games, it could work, definitely.
I don't know.
But I don't know.
Look at the Switch. When the Switch first came out, they had like 4 or 5 games for it. Breath of the Wild was the one big game that came out for it.
Yeah, that was
massive.
All
the other games, there was barely anything. And I think it was like for 6 months to a year, there was barely anything on the Switch. Yeah. So Switch sales when they first came out weren't actually very good.
True.
Because there's no games. So if they do that again for the new Switch and just release like 5 games on it, not many people are going to want to buy it.
100%. And as much
they'll buy it later down the line. Yeah. They won't feel the need to buy it like now.
And they've just released a ton of new games for the Switch anyway, like all the new Mario games have just come out
within the last year.
Since last year, not this year. So everyone's going to be like, I think the Switch is probably the best thing to ever happen to Nintendo since the 3DS and Wii. And it's like
since the Wii.
Since the Wii, and
but they need to make this new console backwards compatible.
Yeah,
for their sake and for our sake, they need to do it.
They need to.
Hopefully they do. Yeah.
I do think it should be backwards compatible. But even if it was backwards compatible, I still think it would go down the drain if it is not switchable. Like, from what we're looking at, it's looking like a pretty base console. It's looking very dry, like it can't switch. They say it might have better hardware, like possibly 4K, and that's about. But then if we look at that, all that is just a Switch that can't switch with better quality and better hardware.
Maybe they would, if they were going to do that, maybe they would add some like Bluetooth like plug-in that you could put in your TV. So that you can have it on a big screen.
Maybe.
But then it's not the same as like.
Yeah, how would that work with the little screen
and everything as well? It's not the same. So.
I mean, the Switch, the OLED I've got now is possibly, I think, is better than the actual normal Switch. It's got everything. It's got you can connect it to Bluetooth as well. Like you can connect to best speakers. The Switch is very good. So I think. They either need to completely leave the Switch and go to a completely different new console, which is kind of what you have to do as a game company, really. You've got to go to a new idea. You can't keep sticking with the old idea, otherwise it will die eventually. That's what we're looking at now. But yeah, it's looking like...
The thing is, I think they could keep going with the Switch for a lot longer. Like, look at the DS. Yeah. It took a long time for it to die out.
Yeah, it did.
The Switch is still very popular.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of people talking about it, playing it. So if they make a new Switch and it's just a Switch, but it has better hardware and a better screen, whatever, I think people would still be happy with it.
Fair, yeah. It's like
and they would still be interested enough to get it and then play these new games and for the next like 4 or 5 years, and maybe then it will die out and then they'll do something new.
That makes more sense actually. But to be fair, I think a lot of people who want new stuff though, they'd be like, but we had the OLED though. Because they made 3 Switch systems. They make a 4th. You know, it could have its ups and downs. But if it can't,
some people aren't going to be happy with it. But I think in terms of marketing, it would still work. It would still sell. It wouldn't die straight away.
Yeah, and if
they now, while the Switch is still relatively popular, just completely ditch it and go to a new name, a new everything.
Yeah,
it might not be the greatest idea.
I do agree with that actually. I do because and if you think about it, the more I think about this though, if you had a second or 4th Switch console that they're probably going to produce next year now, they would, if it's not backwards compatibility and it's its own little console, that would not do well. Do you know why? Because which is like you just said, if you can move games over. fine. It's going to be like another Switch, which is fair enough. But if it can't, everyone's like, but we've got the Switch.
If it's a new name, games, no Switch games can be used on it, then it's gonna die. It's not gonna sell very well.
Yeah. I mean, I've said this before. Nintendo has billions, like billions and billions and billions.
Yeah.
They can make something cool. They can make something with the hardware of a PlayStation 5 if they wanted to. They've got the money. They just need the brains to work this out. So I guess we'll see next year now. How do you feel though that it's been delayed?
To be honest,
I
don't really mind too much. If it's like early 2025, I don't really care because it was going to be late 2024 anyway.
Yeah, it was going to be late.
A few months difference. Is it really that big of a deal? No. If it means it's better when it comes out, I don't mind.
Yeah, probably is going to be better. Hopefully, because they've just realised, we need to do some stuff here. So hopefully it's good news. Hopefully it is good news. But anyway, that being said, let's move on to story number 2. Xbox. It's been bringing it up again. It's been the more I look at Nintendo news, the more I watch Xbox. It's just sad to see them. It's like a drowning company. They're like sinking, and they're like, no, they're just clutching at all their strength. And it's.
Did they have that?
Yeah.
Did they have that? What was it? They said they were going to do a announcement of some kind for their future business plans. Did they do that yet?
I think they did actually. It was they were saying they did. They announced that they're going to be partnering now with Nintendo and PlayStation, and now Xbox games because they've got nowhere to go, so they're making friends with absolutely everybody. Yeah. And we've spoken about this on the last episode, but it may look good on the surface. Xbox is making friends with Sony and Nintendo. It's a bullet in the chest. You know why?
Treasure. No one's going to buy them anymore.
Exactly. Xbox has no longer got a speciality because people can just play it on the PlayStation. There's no point in getting an Xbox anymore if you can just play their games that are exclusive to Xbox and the PlayStation, because a lot of people got Xbox just to play Xbox games, but now you can get it on the PlayStation and possibly Nintendo next. It's like... Yeah. So anyway, let's see. It's just sad because I see them come up it's now like the Nintendo news website, the official Nintendo news website. Xbox is just appearing more and more and more in their news because they're just trying their best. And this is what they've said. Another clutch at another straw. Here we go. Xbox head says he would love to see Nintendo games on Xbox, but it isn't expecting it. So this is quite a very...
Obviously. Nintendo are never going to give you games. So
I've got a lot to say about this. So let's see. To say that there's been a big discussion about Xbox games coming to the Nintendo Switch would be a massive understatement. There has already been a history of Xbox games being released on Nintendo's hybrid console, and there are now 4 more games that will be joining them in the future. They said Xbox head Phil Spencer, I love that, Phil Spencer, I'm going to call my son that, talked about the exact opposite in an interview with a journalist, Stephen Totillo's Game File newsletter. There, Spencer discussed Nintendo and PlayStation games coming to Xbox. According to Spencer, while he welcomes both of them releasing games on Xbox, he isn't expecting it. In fact, the intention of Xbox, he isn't expecting it. There's a lot of it isn't expecting it in this sentence. In fact, the intention of the initiative with Xbox games isn't for their competition to do the same thing. He said that this is not for me, like some kind of bartering system. We are doing it for the better of Xbox's business. This isn't even the better of Xbox business. It's like, I don't even understand, like, the fact that Xbox is now putting their games onto PlayStation is bad enough, but Nintendo is not just going to hand over their games to Xbox.
Nintendo has never done anything like that. They don't even give their games to PC players. Nintendo have never given up their games.
That's never going to happen.
Going to. That's the whole thing, is they're very gate kept to their own consoles. Yeah. So why would they all of a sudden? It seems very desperate from Xbox.
It's getting more desperate by the second. Like every single week, another thing Xbox.
They're looking at their bank account and it's just dropping so much every day. Today we need to just beg Nintendo. Today we need to make this announcement. To just they're just panicking. They trying to get as much money as they can to not just lose everything.
It's very sad just to see it happening. It's like you can see them just they're self-destructing themselves. It's like these things just self-destruction.
It's a shame because then if Xbox if it keeps going downhill and they can't get themselves out, then there will only be PlayStation and
Xbox. Yeah, Nintendo. That's it.
And that'll be it. Xbox will be gone. So if you want a console, everyone buys a PlayStation. If you want Nintendo games, everyone buys a Nintendo console, and that's it. And that would be so
sad
and weird.
Yeah,
I guess it opens up a new space for maybe Lenovo or someone to try and step into the new gaming market.
Maybe,
but at the same time, it won't be the same.
It's not going to be the same with X. But
and as an Xbox player, I've played Xbox all my life.
You've got an Xbox,
I am an Xbox person, not a PlayStation person. So it sucks for me as well, because if they keep going downhill and they shut down, they'll turn off their services as well.
You'll be all gone. Yeah,
it'll be all gone. It'll be all my money like down the drain, pretty much. Any online games,
it'll be useless.
Most likely won't work. So
yeah. It's a big sad.
Not good.
It is not good. Again, this is just... It's like they are clutching at straws, but this straw doesn't even make sense. Like, it's just like... It's bad enough that they're putting their games onto other... Like, they've already started the killing process. Like, by putting themselves... Now PlayStation games...
Like, they're not going to just go bankrupt in a week.
Yeah.
But we're looking at over the course of the next couple of years. Now that they're selling off their IPs, they're going to go downhill.
It's basically someone's cut the supply now, and it's just slowly going to die, basically. And that's what I can see. That's what my prediction is, because, and I don't know why he's wanting Nintendo to even put like that. That is such a silly statement that I just can't believe he even said that. Like, it's just
like, why would he put it in? Like, really, he should keep that to himself.
That's just such a desperate. Like, that's just
like if I was Xbox CEO, and I was like, okay, we need more games, and I went to Nintendo and I asked them, they said no.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be like, yeah, guys, I tried, but they said no. I would keep that to myself.
So bad.
I'd be like, no, I'm not telling anyone that. That's a fail.
Yeah, that's such a desperate situation, because we do realise Nintendo is never going to do that. Nintendo possibly
not in a million years. They don't even for like money. They wouldn't do that.
They sue the heck out of people that even make games similar to that, or like mods. It's like there's no way that they're gonna like they've accepted Xbox's deal to have their. This is all they realise they're actually handing money to their enemies. Well, enemies. They've made friends with PlayStation, but PlayStation and Nintendo are basically laughing at the Xbox because they're just getting them more money.
They're giving them more customers. It's
just like have some money. Like it's such a dumb. Like Xbox is good, but this is dumb. They are being dumb right now. They are so dumb, and it's like, and it's just like now that I feel like the next week they're going to come up with something even more stupid. Like it's just more and more stupid statements. Like now it's like, oh, Nintendo, I really wanted them to come onto my Xbox. It's not. That's never going to happen. Like it's kind of laughable. And now I feel like it's next week they're going to be like, oh, we want smart fridges now with our games. Please, it's going to get sillier and sillier, and then eventually they'll be like put out a statement saying, yeah, we're finished. It's done. And it's not good. It's not looking at all good, and that's never going to happen. As Nintendo just converts themselves to they're going to lose money either way. That's the annoying thing. Like Nintendo are also going to lose money if they gave their games to Xbox. So why would they just do that? So it's not even making sense anymore. But this is what's quite interesting, Eli. I'd say in the majority of my friend group, everyone plays Xbox. You play Xbox. Another mate plays Xbox. People they all are, oh yeah, we love Xbox. So it's like, if the majority of people that I know like Xbox, why are they dying? Like,
that's what I'm thinking as well. Like, I have so many. Like throughout my life, I've had friends who play Xbox.
Exactly.
Everyone knows Xbox. People, like when I worked at Sports Direct, we had a game in our store. People buy Xbox games and Xboxes all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's still popular. So I don't get why. Like, have they made some sort of mistake internally and it's lost them a lot of money? And now they're like, ah, crap. I don't know what's happened. Like, we don't know.
Yeah, I actually don't know where this started.
Unless it's just that PlayStation has more exclusives and better exclusives. So, so overall, they're winning the race. But even if they're winning, Xbox aren't like, they shouldn't be going bankrupt from that.
No.
They shouldn't be suffering just from not beating another console. Like, because they're still selling.
So they are. They're selling big. It makes me say like
that's what I really don't understand. I wish they would tell us that in some sort of conference. If they'd say, "Okay, this is what happened," rather than, "Yeah, guys, we're struggling, so we're going to sell off all our games." It's like,
no, it's almost like the person in charge isn't fit for the job because he's making all the wrong decisions you make. Like, even I'm not a business entrepreneur, and I would never do that. It's just like, I don't understand because...
I mean, you would never do that unless you were actually really struggling.
Yeah.
But I don't get how they're struggling.
That's what I mean. The reason is we should never even. We're a Nintendo podcast, like Xbox. The fact Xbox has made itself known in the Nintendo community is just the fact of they're just really dying. Like, they're dying to the point where it's being made known in every single gaming community. Like, I think it started off like a few months ago with one news story of them saying, we want to make friends. It all started with that. We want to make friends, and it sounded very official. And it's just like suddenly the officiality is just dropping by the second. It's like, actually no, we're actually no. It's like, and it makes no sense because, as you just said, like there's only one person I know that plays PlayStation. I'm being dead serious with you, and surprising enough, I do have friends, and
I had no idea.
It's amazing. I actually do have friends, and they all. It's either Nintendo or Xbox. It's either one. And there's one kid in my high school that he's also a YouTuber now, a lot bigger than me. Had him on here once, but he's a PlayStation geek. That's it. So that's the only guy I know, like within my peripheral of friends that plays PlayStation. That's it. All my friends now, Xbox. More people I meet, Xbox. It's like, so what's happening? Like, and even some of my friends now know what's happening as well. They were like, Xbox isn't doing well. I was like, oh. So the fact they know as well, it's not good. So it looks like just not good. I don't know, anything else you want to say on this before we move on?
I think we've said enough. It's a shame, honestly. It's just a shame.
Yeah, as an official Xbox fan, right here, it's like all the good memories, like as well. Like I remember I went round to your house to visit for a bit. We played the skateboard game. That was so fun. It was like,
it's one of my favourite games. Yeah, skating.
This is, we weren't even skating. We're just like seeing if you could throw your man off the bridge the fastest and see how many bones he can break in his body.
Breaking bones. Yeah.
And it's like the ragdoll effect. So it's just like flopping all over the place.
But it's fun, it's cool. Fun.
It's like, just watching carnage prior. I was like, oh, he got hit in the head. It's just, we're just so violent. That's oh dear. But anyway, let's move on to our last story. And yes, it is Palworld. Palworld is being brought up again, and it looks like Nintendo are getting a bit close. That's all I can say. Let's see what's going on. By the way, Nintendo have already acted on Palworld, by the way. They've already done stuff. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
Palworld fans alarmed. It's not very good to have Palworld fans alarmed. Nintendo issues takedown for fan-made merchandise. Another thing that's been taken down. By the way, I'll talk about the first thing in a second. Palworld fans were left concerned after Nintendo issued a surprise takedown of fan-made merchandise featuring Palworld designs. The move has sparked worries that Nintendo might target the game itself due to the perceived similarities to Pokemon. Despite the takedown, Palworld remains popular, maintaining its success on Steam, even expanding to Xbox Series XS. That's good, Xbox has got it. With promised improvements, however, the game has faced criticism for its alleged resemblance to Pokemon, leading to the fears of legal action from Nintendo. The recent DMCA takedown of a fan-made PAL Sparkit t-shirt design only intensified these concerns. Fans expressed frustration and disbelief. Very strong words here. With many arguing, it's like frustration, disbelief. Like what?
Like the articles always make it seem like it's the end of the world.
Yeah,
it's exaggerate the words and everything.
It's like yeah, exactly. It's quite funny. Disbelief and frustration, and threats. Anyway, with many arguing that the power designs bear little resemblance to Pokemon creatures. While the situation has stirred apprehension, apprehension about the future of Palworld content, the game itself appears secure for now. Its unique features and ongoing development efforts distinguish it from Pokemon, providing a degree of protection against Pokemon legal challenges. Despite the setback, Palworld enthusiasts remain hopeful for the game's continued success and eagerly anticipate upcoming content updates. Right.
Quick side note. I feel like journalists nowadays, they're using like Grammarly or ChatGPT or something. Yeah. Because back when I was younger, and you'd read a newspaper, and there would be more advanced vocabulary, but it would flow very naturally. They would use the word based on how it fit in the sentence. Yeah. These what they're saying now all feels like I'm just speaking normally, and all of a sudden I must put a big word in here. Yeah. To make it seem like I'm actually a journalist. it doesn't flow, it doesn't fit.
It's like it's like the fact I was laughing about it proves there's something going on there. Like,
it just doesn't feel natural when you read it out loud. Whereas, like back in the day, people would write and would correctly use better vocabulary, but nowadays it just feels like, I should put that in just for the sake of it. It's like, you don't need to. It's like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, so just leave it.
It's like in the old day, I don't know, like say a fat man sat down on a bench and broke the bench, and the newspaper would be like, I don't know, like, I'm just giving an example, but fat man broke a bench, blah, 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 but it's like, fat man destroys and wipes out an entire army of wood after, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, there's no need.
Yeah, nowadays, and like YouTube Shorts and TikToks that I see, it's like, they're trying to fill a word count or something. Before you even get to the video that they're talking about, they have to explain like 3 layers of context in the most long way possible. Yeah. Where they'll use these words. I'm like, I haven't heard this since school, and you're just trying to extend the video as much as you can. And it's annoying. It's so annoying.
It's funny how you're not on TikTok, because this happens all the time. Like, I was scrolling TikTok last night.
I look on YouTube Shorts, and I see a lot of TikToks reposted, and it's the same thing. It's so cursed. It's horrible. It is. I saw. I think last week I was saying it had like the audible. There's so many people just pop off. They've got millions of followers. But what they do is like review a video in like a the voice, like his chat. It's like
his voice. It's like this guy was murdered last week, that sort of voice, and it was like I don't know, it's like that, and it's like I don't know, I was looking at one, and it was like Shirley was devastated that her milkshake was not ordered, so she marched abruptly up to the cat. It was like that. I was like, what? Like, it's just the words are so extreme, and it's kind of, it makes it funny.
It makes it feel like it's AI. It makes it feel like it's all not written by a human, and I'm like, are people that lazy nowadays? Where content has become something that they just spew out with AI doing it for you. It's like, come on. Yeah, it's like, this is why I don't have social media. I'm trying to stay away from that kind of stuff.
Actually, while we're on the topic of ChatGPT, it's been getting quite interesting how ChatGPT like puts things into like words, how they word sentences, right? So I was going to ask ChatGPT to write me a song about Eli. So while we're on this, we might as well try it. It may lag a bit because I'm on Google, but that won't happen again.
You've got to sing it though. You've got to sing it.
Oh no. Okay. I'm going to ask it to write a poem about you or something.
Okay.
Alright, okay, right. What shall I say? I'll say I have a good friend called Eli Turp. Here we go. He makes music on you. I need to give you ChatGPT an idea of who you are. On YouTube, remastering Nintendo music. I'm doing a little background check for you. He has a very deep voice, got to say that. He drinks lots of water. I'm very interested to see what ChatGPT says about you. Water.
It will try and bring up all the points that you mentioned.
Exactly. So. Write a poem about him. Bam. ChatGPT. Oh no. This is very interesting. This is very interesting, Eli. Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Ready, yeah.
Okay, well. In the realm where melodies dance and play... It's already stupid. In the realm where melodies dance and play lives Eli Turp, where music finds its way. With skillful hands, he crafts Nintendo tunes, breathing life anew beneath the moon's soft swoons. What is this? His voice, a deep river, flows smooth and clear, echoing tales of nostalgia, drawing near. Through pixelated realms and 8-bit dreams, he remastered symphonies, shimmer and gleam. In the quiet hours, as the world dozes still, he sits with water. His muse, his
Okay.
Each a drop, a note in his rhythmical. Oh my god! In his rhythmical sip.
Okay.
He rhythmically sips his water, a melody born from his soul to equip. Through the corridors of sound, he wanders free, unraveling melodies like leaves from a tree. With every chord struck, a universe blooms. In Eli's hands, Nintendo music resumes. So here's to Eli, the master of sound, whose deep voice and water make hearts resound. In the symphony of life, his music sways, a timeless ode to brighter pixelated days.
Great.
That was the best poem. What do you think about that? ChatGPT just... I can't believe that.
Lovely, yeah.
Rhythmically
sipping my water. Always in tempo. Yeah.
Always he's always
everything
musical.
I do is in tempo. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely
funny.
Everything.
Absolutely everything. Well, safe to say that's correct.
Oh, 100%. Every word uttered from the computer's
ChatGPT. Yeah.
non-existent lips were gorgeous and very true. So.
Very true. For video listeners,
thank you very much, ChatGPT.
Yeah. For video listeners, I do apologise on the lag. It's annoying with the laptop. It like lags when I do something else. You're fine. You're smooth. It's just my camera, but it's fine. I'll just quickly fix it. Anyway, there we go, and we can carry on. It'll fix itself anyway. Apologies for... Anyway, it's fixed anyway. Anyway, let's read what's going on with Palworld, Eli. Hang on. Oh, we've already read it. We've already read it.
Palworld, yeah.
Yeah, Palworld. Yeah. How did we get onto this from Palworld? Thanks to Palworld. But anyway...
yeah, right.
So, mate, Palworld is Nintendo. Just like it seems like Nintendo. This is what I'm getting at. Palworld's in its own little safe bubble, but Nintendo is like watching every little move they make, and anything that is a certain thing they don't like, and they can sue. They just bam, they take it down.
It does. Yeah, it feels that way. They're kind of watching them, and they're seeing what they can get away with. They know they can't really touch Palworld itself. Yeah, but I guess merch is in a different kind of area, so they can do that. And I mean, fan-made merch, either way, if not officially licensed, can be taken down.
Oh, really?
And that is actually... Oh, yeah, it's not licensed. You can't just make merch and sell it.
Oh, you're selling it.
If you're selling it, you can't just... It's illegal to do that without licensing. So it's completely fair to take that down, to be honest. But the fact that Nintendo took it down and not Palworld, that's like... It's not your game, you know. I get it; it's similar, but it's not your game. So
they're just watching everything.
It's clear that they are watching. Yeah.
And this is actually the second thing. Nintendo already struck Palworld once because there's been mods for Palworld, right? Modding Palworld is not illegal. Palworld love the game to be mod. Steam. My mate modded it. He's been playing it. It's amazing. It's really good modded. They are welcome mods, right? Someone made a Pokemon mod, and it lasted 1 day. Nintendo struck it, took it right down.
That's the thing. If it wasn't on Palworld, like Skyrim has Pokemon mods, but Nintendo are never going to look at Skyrim. It's only because Palworld has that similarity. Of gameplay. So
it is very similar. You literally catch creatures in balls, and you catch them in balls. You can fight them, and
slaughter them.
Yeah, slaughter them. It is a bit more violent than Pokemon. But
catch people, slaughter people.
You can catch people. I think I love this. My mate was just beating up a sheep. It annoyed him. He was like, I want to beat it up. He just started bashing it in, and it was just like it was just dead. It was just rolling about. Like the body just stays there. It doesn't. It just rolls about. It just doesn't disappear. So like it's a very interesting game. I'll tell you that. It's very new. I'll give you that. It's a bit overrated, but because there's a lot more to come to it, I think, in the updates. But it's very fun for what it is, and I'm definitely going to get it on my PC. But I think there have been a lot of concerns that Nintendo are going to take down Palworld. That's not going to happen, in my opinion. They can't. It has been looked into, though. Nintendo have looked into it. Because the funny thing is that the guy that made Palworld was an ex-Nintendo employee for Pokemon. It's very interesting. That is true. And but I forgot to say the guy that made the merch, I think, was sued. Like not as much as some people, but Nintendo made sure to destroy him in every way possible there. That's it. He's now like saying he can't pay for water. And he can't pay for food, medical bills. Like he's even saying that he's in a bad place. Like he's drinking himself. Like he's gonna die, bro. I'm sorry. I don't like to. He's just not gonna do. Like there's no way he's gonna just live normally now.
Unless Nintendo revoke what they've done. They're probably not going to.
They're probably not gonna. Yeah. But yeah, that was an update there. He's not doing it all well. As predicted. Poor Gary Bowser, naughty guy anyway. But this is bad. Like he's just life is no longer it's bad. Like, it's generally bad for him. But yeah, I think I don't know what you think about this whole thing about Nintendo. I don't think Nintendo are going to take down Palworld because it's just there's no need. It's very similar.
They can. I think the whole reason they haven't already is because they can't. So that's all there is to it, really. It's clear that, like you said, they are watching them, but they can't touch the game itself. Yeah. So it should be fine.
One thing I am extremely intrigued by, slightly different topic now, about Nintendo is Nintendo have been very brutal in every single area. Why is it they've not taken action against the 3DS? Because the 3DS is possibly the most modded and hacked system there is with Nintendo. There's now, like, look, on the 3DS right now, I can download any single game I want for free. Like Pokemon Moon.
I guess because it's
game.
Old. Because when it first came out, they did have anti-hacking measures, and they had a whole thing where your DS could get locked and black screened if you modded it, and that was a concern. Like when I watched YouTube tutorials on how to mod my 2DS, a lot of people were saying in the comments like, "Mine's just gone blank," or "Oh, mine's this, mine's that," and it's like, yes, apparently some of the consoles were made in a time where they were really cracking down on hacking and on modding, so you could actually have your entire console just taken away from you, pretty much.
Oh yeah,
but I think they did it in the past.
That's when,
because it's now old, they've left it alone. They're like, alright, whatever, you know.
That's quite interesting for Nintendo, though. If you think about it, like, they genuinely will sue the heck out of anything that touches anything to do with them, and yet they've just completely abandoned the 3DS to the point where it's now being taken over by literal mods now. Like, the 3DS is no longer... You could say it isn't even owned by Nintendo anymore, because it's now owned by a new community, and the head of the mods, like... who puts out new updates every month. Like, that's why it's worth playing now, because like if I go on my 3DS, like, there's updates now, like things are getting a lot more advanced, and I can do a lot more with my 3DS than ever before.
I think they've done it in the past with like a Donkey Kong game or something, where they came back like 25 years later and then just shut it all down for modding. So they might do that over the 3DS, whatever.
Oh dear.
They might go, we'll leave it for now. We'll focus on the Switch. We'll focus on our competitors, Palworld, whatever it is. And then down the line, they could just be bored one year and be like,
might
as well shut down the 3DS hacking stuff now.
Like this year, because this year's gonna be pretty boring.
They could do that at any time, really.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll do it for a while. But then there's always the risk of them randomly just out of nowhere deciding to go, okay, gone.
Here's the thing, they did update the 3DS recently, though. That was scary. That scared a lot of people.
That was just because they were closing it off. They were closing the eShop, and they were finalising everything. Yeah. So they had an update to kind of make sure it all closed properly. And there's no doubt about it that they know that HShop is a thing, right? It's so broadcasted. Like, as soon as eShop closed down, there's like videos that everyone's like, HShop, and then there's a concern on this podcast that if we spoke about it too much, Nintendo would take it down. There's no way, because they definitely know about this, and it's so surprising that they know that people are now that they closed the eShop and they no longer manufacture the games physically, the only way to get a new Nintendo 3DS game is via the HShop.
Exactly. You can't get it any other way.
In some countries, in certain laws, that is perfectly viable.
Mm.
Because they've taken it off the market for no good reason.
Yeah.
And in some countries, it is allowed to just, okay, well, whatever, we'll pirate it. It depends on where you are. It depends on where Nintendo are looking at. But,
It's very interesting because it's just every single thing that's been made for the 3DS and DS is now accessible for free. So it's just, and it is so easy to access that sort of stuff. Like, it's not hard. Like, and it's just sad. Like, because I play this game and I'm like, people spent years working for this, and it's now free. Literally, like, it's now no value. So it's like, it's very sad. And I'm still kind of skeptical that Nintendo are confused in a way. Nintendo are brutal. They've got a very brutal reputation, but they've let this slide. So I'm very interested.
That's what I was saying. I think they're letting it slide, but one day, at any random point, they could just come back and go, no more.
They could.
Close it all down.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't. But yeah, I think overall, back to our original point, Palworld's safe. You shouldn't need to worry. Don't be alarmed or devastated or distraught, fans. There's no need. Because it's not going to get taken down. I don't think so anyway. And props to the guy that made the game. He's kind of like punching Nintendo in the face. It's like he just left Nintendo and he's like, oh, I've made a game that's similar to Pokemon, but it's better than any other Pokemon game ever made because of the graphics. Let's be honest.
Oh, it's funny. I saw on Twitter or X the devs for Palworld. Actually, there's a YouTuber that I watch and a VTuber, Lord Aethelstan, and he used to teach them English when he was in Japan.
Ooh.
So they only follow him on Twitter. It's quite funny. I saw it and I was like, oh, they follow 4 people, and it's just him twice, and then there are the Palworld accounts. So
so the people that made Power follow him.
Yeah, because he taught them English a long time ago.
Oh,
it's a cool little connection.
It's a flex, isn't it?
He got the game early as well to play on his channel because they knew him, obviously. So it's nice. It's kind of like a small world thing. Like, oh, who knew that these devs of this massive game just casually know this somewhat small VTuber? It's like, oh.
That's pretty cool. Like, it's just imagine like the boss of T-Series, one of the biggest YouTubers. Like, I don't know what to do, and like he just learned English off me because I taught him English, and then I don't know if I should put that in or not, but he
probably should. It was fun.
Yeah. So leave it in. I know. I mean, it's just Anyway, it's just imagine like I don't know. I became an English teacher, and I was like, and then he just followed me, and it's like, oh. I taught Dave English, which is probably not called Dave, but we'll stop there. But yeah, I think... oh god, yeah, I've got to be careful. But yeah, I think, yeah. But yeah, I do. It's like that, isn't it? It's like a massive thing, but it's from a small little guy that probably taught you English. Pretty cool. But anyway, that's it for the news this week. We're now going to answer your questions, guys, after the break. Ad break.
Sorry to interrupt the episode. I'm Roan, the co-host of this podcast. If you're a regular listener to our podcast, you would know that me and Judah love to hear from our community. Every single week, we read out your comments and questions on the podcast. One viewer wrote in telling us how they found their wife directly through the popular 3DS game, Pokemon X. Bloody hell, you don't hear that every day. You can become that viewer by writing into our podcast email, jrsgaming135@gmail.com. That is jrsgaming135@gmail.com. I know all of you hate ads, so on with the show.
And we are back from the ad break. Eli, this is annoying. We are recording this last segment again. Because
we recorded we had like 3 or 4 conversations.
Yeah, we did.
And your laptop ran out of space.
My laptop ran out of space, which is why I'm getting a PC. And it is actually darker now, but the lighting is bad. So let me quickly switch
I've just had to turn mine up.
Whoa! God left, man. There you go. Anyway, let's quickly get on with the question of the week because what we got this week. We already answered the question, but
quickly re-answer it.
Yeah, really. Question this week is: Hey Jude and Rowan, hope you're doing well. Have you ever considered doing a deep dive into Super Mario on your podcast? Just a thought. Nicholas from California. Thanks for writing in, Nicholas. I think that would be a great idea. I think we've never really gone into the lore that much about Mario, but every time we did, it was popular, you know? Yeah. So, like, I remember when you came on for the first time as well, we were talking about the Mario movie, we were talking about, like, Mario's family. It always did well, and people just seemed very interested and invested in Mario's private life. So, I think that's a good idea. And we were talking about sprucing up the episode with a new segment, because it's just basic and boring right now.
It's the same. It's been the same for a long time, so it's about time that we, you and Rowan, change things up. So
exactly. So
looking forward to that. So yeah, I think we will. We will do a Super Mario deep dive into the future. Tell us what you think you want me to do. Like, it's just I've always been fascinated by it myself. But yeah, I think anything else you want to say on that, Eli, before we end the episode? Yeah, I said it all, and I said a lot.
We actually genuinely. I feel so sorry for you, Nicholas, because we had some amazing conversations that just came out of this question, and it's just gone because OBS decided to shut out. But it's fine. When the PC's gone, I got the PC sorted. We can record hours on hours and hours on end into the night, and no one will care. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. Eli, you've revealed your face now. I guess this is it. Yeah.
Please be gentle.
Please be gentle.
Don't be too.
Yeah,
do whatever you want.
Like that. Yeah, because you do realise what it's like.
We had a conversation about haircuts as well.
We did. We did. Yeah. I was gonna say quickly. Your hair like this looks good. Like, because we were talking about hair, and people say I look like a drug dealer with the hairstyle, but it suits me still. I don't care. You just like turning into a Dark Lord every past.
I like hiding. Yes.
Yeah, you like hiding. You just. But yeah, I think that hairstyle suits you. I think guys should tell us as well. I like it. It's just hair. It's just hair.
So I need a hairstyle, but I only ever have like just hair on my head, fluffy hair.
Yeah,
that's all it is. So.
Yeah, unless you put like a gel through it, who knows? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But anyway, Eli's now revealed his face. Go check his channel out, link in description. But I think, Eli, you just get a shout out every episode anyway, because now you've made the music. You just hit...
Because whenever you upload it onto YouTube, I get a notification like, someone tagged you in their video.
Yeah.
And then it's you every time. And okay.
Yeah, because now you made the music, you just get credited every single episode now. So it's kind of smart business idea from you. Like, I can just if anyone's interested, they can go and find my channel because I made the music. Because Eli did make the music. Oh yeah, we missed out that part.
We spoke about the trailers and the music.
Yeah, this is the guy here that made the music. Yeah. He made the music for the podcast, so yeah, go.
I did indeed, and it was good fun. We worked together on it. You know?
We did. We worked together. It was amazing. Amazing
you
trailer.
Gave me your ideas. I made them.
Yeah, I gave you the clips, and you chose which ones you liked, and then it's just really good. So yeah, Eli, editor and music producer. Go check his channel out as before. Go and subscribe to him. He's almost at 500. When he hits 500, he's
close.
going.
I'm at.
Yeah.
Quickly check.
Quickly check.
Where am I at?
Yeah. Oh.
469.
469. Oh,
so
I don't like it when it's like on the 9 because it can either go lower or higher, and it's like. Yeah. But guys, as stated off camera, Eli will be doing OnlyFans when he hits 500.
No, we're not.
So paid subscription. So make sure if you want to see those toes, subscribe to Eli.
No.
That is a joke. He's not doing OnlyFans.
It's actually Judah who's going to be doing it.
No. Too much to our fans' disappointment. You're not doing OnlyFans. Everyone's sad now. But yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You'll be doing something cool. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway. Until next week, please send in your questions and comments to jrsgaming135@gmail.com. Please subscribe or follow us on whatever platform you're listening. I always rush this part. Or whatever platform you're listening from, and leaves a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, as this will help us out greatly and get the podcast around. Our socials will be in the description below. Our Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, website, and Discord, where you can speak to me and Eli personally. He's not a human, is he? But until then, it's a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me.
Bye-bye.